guess I'll wait for people to show up now. I need to get some water for my kettle too, because it's not a live stream if I don't have a cup of tea. Gotta have my cup of tea. Okay, I'll move you here, I'll move you here. That'll work. Hello, how are you doing? How was your Sunday? Okay. Somebody just made a weird noise. I need a cup of tea. BRB, while I fill up my kettle. Tea for me, tea for you, tea for us. Let's do tea for me, tea for you. I got my tea kettle is ready. Oh, hi, Gabby. Welcome. Hello, Megan. Hi, Hector. I'm doing good. How are you? I missed you. Yeah, I've been MIA for a couple weeks. I missed 2 weeks of streaming. How long have you been signing? I have no idea. 12 years, I think. I think this will be my 12th year signing. I went to brunch. I'm eating the remainder of my brunch. I got prosciutto Benedict. It was really good. What got you wanting to sign? I joined a sign language club in college, and I really liked it. I just aged myself. Cool, love your videos. Oh, thank you, Hector. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. How do you do that thing on YouTube where there are two of you? I do a split screen. See, I just use iMovie to edit since I have a MacBook. And you can do a split screen, but you have to film it from pretty far away in order to make the split screen work on iMovie because you can't really adjust it very well. You could use other editing platforms as well. That would work. Oh, you now wants me to remind all of you to hit the share button. To share my live stream if you're here. Invite all your friends so they can come chat with us. If you're on YouTube, you can share this too. Invite whoever you want. I'm new to this app. Welcome. Welcome to you now. I wish you can go back in time and learn piano 5 years ago. You can always learn. Learn now. Nothing's stopping you. Everyone's always going to wish that they were better at what they're working towards. So 5 years from now, you're going to wish you started 5 years earlier. So start now. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Yogi. Welcome. Of course, a piano player says things like this. Well, yeah, I actually started pretty late. Most pianists start when they're 6 or 7. I didn't start till I was 9, which is really late. Well, thank you. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, thank you. Since I started when I was 9, and I had like years where I didn't have a teacher, so I was pretty behind. I was behind most people. So there's a lot of things I wish I had growing up, but I made do with what I did have. And whenever someone told me I couldn't do something, I did it anyway just to spite them. I am very petty. So that is what motivates me. I don't know what motivates you, but someone telling me I can't do something motivates me. A master piano player? Mm-mm. I'm not a master. I was, my college degree is in piano. Like, I have a music degree, and it's a Bachelor of Music with a piano as my main instrument. So I have, like, a pretty standard level of musicianship that's, like, the baseline for professionals. But I never was a performer, so I don't have performance skills. Does that make sense? I wasn't a performance major, and I don't perform for a profession. So my mastery skills have not excelled past that of just like a basic degree level. So anyone, literally anybody who also has a music degree and is actually out there performing regularly, they are all better than me. Mm-hmm. 12 lead levels. Was it the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star one? That one went pretty viral. Lady Gaga. I don't know. I've never heard her play. The thing about piano is it's very easy to pick up the basics. So you can fool people into thinking you're good very easily. I have gone to so many performances and seen like singers that play the piano while they sing, and they're good, but their piano skills aren't like anything exceptional. They are things that you could teach yourself. And that's really all you need. Yeah, piano, because it's so visual, because there's not a ton of technique that you need to play most like songs that you sing to, you can teach yourself pretty easily. It's when you get to like playing like full 3-movement Beethoven sonatas that you start to get into, okay, you probably need some lessons and some technique, and you need to understand the concept behind this music. Like, good luck playing a prelude and fugue when you've got no training. You're going to play the whole thing wrong because you don't understand how Baroque music works. But like, if you want to play like a Lady Gaga song and sing along to it, like anyone could do that. Teach yourself. You got it. There are apps for that. I feel too old to be learning anything new. Everybody learns new things. Have you ever gone to a retirement home? That is just a place of people learning new things. Like, go to one of those places and see all these old ladies like learning how to knit for the first time, learning how to paint, learning all the hobbies that they couldn't do while they were growing up. You learn then. So if you're 30, you're definitely not too old. Do it now. Why not? I have a friend who, she likes to say she's unemployed, but it's like she's taking a break from working because she could go back to work anytime she wanted. And she is using that time to do all of the hobbies that she could never do because she was always working so much. So like, she's taking pottery classes and woodwork classes and painting and cross stitching, and she's doing all of the things and learning how to do them while she can, because she can only be unemployed for so long before she needs to go back to work. So she's just using the time to do the things that she wanted to do. So you're never too old. Also, the older you are, the less pressure there is to excel quickly. When you're young, everyone around you is either like becoming a pro at something, like they are dedicating their lives to the art because they're trying to be a professional and they want to be the best. When you're older, everyone's just kind of there to have fun. So you learn at your own pace. There's no pressure. There aren't any tests you need to pass. There aren't any, there's no auditions you need to go to. Like, growing up as a musician is a different world because you're constantly surrounded by other musicians that you are being compared to because they take the same class as you, they're the same age as you, they've learned for the same amount of time as you, they have the same teacher as you. Like, so you have to compare yourself to them constantly. And then you're put in a recital where they literally order you, like you're placed in an order based on how good you are. Like if you're last, you're the best. Your performance is the best. Thank you. Hi, Kayla. So when you're an adult, I think personally that is the least pressure. If you want to learn an instrument, do it as an adult. There's no pressure. You get to learn at your own pace. You're not being compared to anybody. Just do it just for fun. I mean, the only pressure you have is the pressure you put on yourself. Hello from Germany. Hi, Germany. Yeah, split screening is actually pretty simple. So what does a master piano player do next? Like, what do actual like professional pianists do? Well, you can get sponsored to perform. So there are like classical music recitals and performances all the time. Those happen in certain circles. And you can get sponsored by places. Like I know one of my professors in college, he loved to brag about the fact that he was sponsored by Verizon to perform. So they paid for him to perform in that place. I think it had to do with like the place he was performing was, I don't know how he got that. But it was like his call to fame. He loved that he did that. I didn't particularly like that professor, but I will admit that that's pretty cool. So a lot of performances, they either have an agency or they have sponsors, or they just get paid per gig, or they join an orchestra and they play the piano for like an orchestra. So yeah, there's a lot of avenues you can go as a professional. And that's just like the more classical route. If you are just an overall musician, like you're very well-rounded and you have very good theory knowledge, you could become stage musicians. So a lot of venues will hire you to be the band for any performers that come in. Mostly vocalists that need a pianist to sing to. So your job is basically to just learn music that you're given for a performance, and you have to have skill because say a singer comes in and they're like, that's too low, can we move it up half a key? You have to mentally transpose everything you just learned, so every note you're playing is going to be different now. So that takes a lot of skill and practice to be able to do that. So you could become that kind of musician. Like I know certain singers have their own specific bands that they hire for all of their shows. When they tour with the band. So you could become that kind of musician as well. There's a lot of places you could go as a professional musician. I did not go any of those routes because I went the music therapy route. So thank you, Gabby. Hello, Karen. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, Louis. You basically a rock star. Well, I'm not. I'm a music therapist. I don't think that's anything near a rock star. But you could become one if you wanted to. All right, let's have some chai. I'm feeling chai today. Don't you feel chai every day? Most days. Most days. And I technically already had a chai latte earlier today. Should I make this a latte? I could totally make this a latte. The temptation. Do I want a latte right now? That would be really weird, but I could do it. I'm totally gonna do it. Making a latte. I need a cup and my frother. Oh, but I'd have to heat up my milk. Should I do it? What do you guys think? Heat up some milk, make a latte? Or just tea? I'm just gonna do tea. I'll save the latte for the morning. How do you do that? How do I do what? Make a latte? You just heat up some milk and then you get a frother and you froth it and you pour it in your tea. And then boom, latte. Super easy. Latte just means milk. Milk was added to the drink. Cafe latte is coffee with milk. A chai latte is chai tea with milk. Hi, Jasmine. Welcome. What are those? Like random things here. And there's like random guitar picks just all over the ground right now, and I have no idea how that happened. Just have guitar picks everywhere now. Which is weird because my actual guitar case, where my guitar pick little pouch is, there's only one in there. And I keep getting upset because I keep losing my guitar picks. I had like 5 in there and they slowly dwindled, and now there's only 1. But there's like 7 right there. I just keep forgetting to transport them to my car, to my guitar case. What should I do? I have a family member who I just recently dealt with, and he's being weird. I'm going to need a little more details than he's being weird. I don't know how to give you advice for a weird person. Okay, let me grab my thingamajigs. My abs hurt. So I work out on Saturdays now. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. And I did an ab workout on yesterday. It was like 15 minutes, super quick. But my tummy hurts. I have no abs, like negative abs. Like I have nothing there to work with. So even like the slightest bit of exercise focused on my abs, and I'm sore. I'm so sore. I'm working towards it, but damn, I have no abs at all. I've been supportive, and then he told me that I was asking him for money when I wasn't, and he thinks I'm cool. Jasmine, this is going in a lot of directions. He says he's been supportive, but that you're asking for money, but you weren't, but he also thinks you're cool. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here. This is a weird storyline. Hi, Andy. How you doing? How's your Sunday? Tell me something funny. He thinks I'm cool. Then what's the problem? Put a little honey in this. I am 47th and chill. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Look at you guys doing stuff, getting me up there. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. You don't have to use your free spins on me, but I appreciate it when you do. Hi, I have nothing going on. Okay. Thank you for sharing. That is a very chill life. I hope you're enjoying that you have nothing going on. That sounds very relaxing. Since I was 8, asked him about his elder son, and that I know he won't tell me his son is argue with me his son phone number. Okay, this is barely English. I'm gonna need you to reread what you write and then try to send it again, because none of that made sense. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Just squeezing my narwhal. Oh, I still have to finish my wooble. Should I finish my wooble today? What do you guys think? What did I want to do? I need to write music. Okay, options. I could finish my crochet dinosaur. This little guy. He's almost done. I could finish this today. I also need to write a couple songs, so I could do that with you guys today. Would you guys like to see the process of me writing music? Oh, you want to connect with his oldest son, who is your cousin, but he won't tell you about his son or his number or give you his number. I don't know. Look him up on social media. Maybe it's for a good reason. I don't know. That seems too complex for me to give you advice on. Why do you want to connect with your cousin? Do you know anything about them? Do you know their name? Do you know where they live? Do you know their social media? Do you have any other relatives that you could ask for help? Also, like, is there a possibility that you meeting him might not be a good idea and that's why this information is being kept from you? I know my family kept a couple relatives secret from me growing up because they chose some very dangerous paths in life to go down, and they did not want me to associate with them in any way. And I agree with that decision. Thank you for inviting your fans. Thank you. What do you guys think? Should I wooble or should I write music? I have a piano right here. I would use that, probably. Nothing? Nobody has any opinions? Should I write a song? Should I make a whoop? I learned language because of you. You mean sign language? Aw. Like, does that mean you took a class or you just picked up a couple signs? Why do you want to meet your cousin so bad? Jasmine, why do you need to meet your cousin? Yes? Yes what? I asked you, like, I gave 2 options. You can't say yes. Picked up a few signs? Okay, cool. Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate you. I kind of want to make a video for that song. What's it called? Chronically Anxious or something? How does that song go? Chronically cautious. How does the song go? How's the beginning go? Someone help me. What is that song called? It's about like anxiety. I'm beginning to think that chronically cautious. Wow, now this could bother me forever. I need to listen to it. Anyway, I think I kind of want to cover that song. I just got to figure out how to work with it in sign language because he uses a lot of words that are kind of synonymous with each other, but very subtly different. But I'm not sure if there are different signs for those words because they're so close to the same. And some that I don't know if it would give the same vibes in sign language as it would in not sign language. It is called Chronically Cautious.
I gamble big from target to target. Orders that give me nothing. Hawking up and cynical. So if I'm honest,
okay. Oh, that sounds difficult. The song? Yeah, it would probably be very challenging. But I think it would be a fun one. I don't know if I'd make a whole video for it. I might make a few reels. So what I'm going to do from now on is I'm probably going to make more short content just because I think that's where my bandwidth is right now with work and just life. I don't think I can put as much effort into making full videos all the time. So I might make more short content. And then if any of that short content starts to blow up and does really well, then I'm like, there it is. Full video will come out for that song. Just so I can get an idea of like where the demand is and what people want without burning myself out trying to make covers of everything, but still making like content that I get to look back at and love. And then I won't feel as much pressure because I like making videos and they're fun, but it is kind of annoying when you post a video and you really love it, but it gets like no views. And then you just keep pumping them out and you love them, but nobody watches them. And then people end up watching like the weird side thing that you made that had nothing to do with anything. Yeah, the algorithm is weird. So short-term content seems to be what everything's gravitating towards, and it's easier to make. And since copyright's a little nicer to YouTube Reels now than it used, not YouTube Reels, YouTube Shorts now than it used to be. And Instagram Reels are actually really easy to make. So I might make a more short-term content. I'm still gonna make some big videos, but I want to at least start making more content that is short to fill in all the space in between me making full videos. Does that make sense? Yeah. Hi, Miss Puff, what's up? I want to hear you sing and your dinosaur's cute. It is really cute. I have to finish it though. I'm pretty close. I was at the bottom. I needed to figure out how to close it, and then I need to make the tail and all of the accessorizing-ish stuff. Let me see where I'm at. So if I'm honest, I'll begin. Oh, look at my cute little dinosaur with no arms or legs. It's just a little nub. Just a little head and body. My cute little dinosaur. Yeah, so I still need to add all of I need to add the little nubby arms, the tail, and like all of the details. There's still quite a bit to do to finish that. I also want to make a song about who, what, when, where, why questions. What questions? Because I have a couple people that are really struggling with that. And I would like to make a song to make it a little easier. Because, yeah, some of my clients are really struggling with what questions. So it'd be fun to write a song about it to help. I also kind of need a new hello song. I'm kind of tired of the one that I've been using. The one I've been using, and I sing it every day, in almost every session. So it's tired. It's been 2 years. I need a new one. It goes like this. Hey, howdy and hi, hello. Welcome to music today. Hey, howdy and hi, hello. Welcome to music today. Yeah, very simple. Hello song's always very simple. My goodbye song is kind of fun. Bye, 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 bye. I hope you had a real good time. Now it's time to say goodbye. Say bye, 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 bye. Now it's time to say good. Now it's time to say goodbye to Miss Anissa. I had a splendid time. But now it's time to say goodbye. Say bye, 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 bye. And I'll see you next time. That one's a little more fun. I'd like a hello song that's a little more fun. I also want a new goodbye song because I want a song that kind of reflects on what happened that day. Like a first, then, after kind of thing. Because remembering short-term memory is something that a lot of people that I see are struggling with. So it'd be nice to have a what did we do today kind of song. I love this mug. It's so itty bitty, but it's so cute and it's perfect for like a little cup of tea. Cause it's just a little bitty mug. Just a little bitty tea mug. Hello, hi Jazz, what's up? That's cute and cool. Thanks, one of my clients gave it to me. Isn't it so sweet? They know that I like tea, so they got me a little teacup. I don't like chocolate though. I think this is meant to be like a marshmallow with chocolate on top. But I like tea, so I'm gonna imagine that it's tea seeping out of it. I'm working on Don't Lose Your Head. Like the song. That's pretty cool. How's that going? Also don't know what song you're talking about. And that the way I said that made it sound like I didn't know what your song you were talking about, but I don't. And I still don't. But how's it going? So if I'm honest, I'm beginning to question. I'm getting questioning. I want this. Oh, I love it, and then it's just I'm feeling cold. How can I get off this? There's so many words in that. I don't know how I would sign that. Sorry, the song popped in my head and then I remembered that I wanted to sign it. So then I started to think of how I would sign it, but then I forgot some of the words. So then I was thinking, I need to look at the words. And then I was thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many words. And most of those words don't have signs. So most of them I would have to compound other signs in order to make one word, which would make the whole thing very challenging. And also I have to make it pretty visual. Like chronically cautious is a hard thing to make visual. I'm good, thank you. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're doing well, Jazz. I love most of it translated to ASL. Nice. So you almost done? Yay! Good job. Way to go. Hi, Rose. Thank you for becoming a fan. Welcome to the family. So, since I didn't stream for 2 weeks, I'm thinking I might try to do more short streams during the week just to build up a little bit more time and to kind of see you guys a little more regularly. What do you guys think would be a good time of day? for like a daily stream? What would be the best time of day for you guys? Should I do like morning, like get ready with me streams? Or should I do like evening, like, hey, how was your day? Let's talk about it kind of streams? It's a fun song. Nice. I think those are always the best covers when you actually really enjoy the song and you get to like, it's almost like you're dancing to it. Yeah. Those are always my favorite. After 4. Well, I work, so it's going to have to be after 4. So it's either going to be in the morning or in the evening because I work 11 to 7. So I work late, guys. I work 11 to 7 every day. Hey, hi, Leslie. What's up? I need to cut and paint my nails. Should I do that? I'm going to do that now. Evening then? I could do that. Like an evening check-in. You guys would come to my evening check-ins. Come say hi. Ask you about your day. Can you tell me what you did today? What did you guys do today? It's a Sunday. What did you guys do this lovely Sunday? While I wait for you all to comment, I will tell you what I did this Sunday. So I woke up, I came back home because I was at my boyfriend's place. And I got dressed and ready to go into DC, which is like an hour away. So I drove like an hour into DC. I hate driving in DC with a fiery passion. And there was traffic, and then all the roads are all congested, and there's so many lights, and it's just stop, go, honk, honk, stop, go. And you have to figure out what lane you need to be in like 3 blocks before you need to be in it, and constantly missing turns because like that's so weird that these 3 lanes are all turn lanes and that one isn't. That doesn't make sense. Like why? So you have to like go all the way across, and of course you can't because it's congested traffic, so you have to go the wrong way, and then it has to reroute you, and there's one-way streets everywhere, so you have to go like all the way around, and it's, oh, I hate driving in the city. And then there's parking. Like I'm pretty good at parallel parking. I don't think I'm very bad at I'm pretty good at parallel parking, but there is something weird about parallel parking when there are cars behind you. Like when there's cars behind you and you have to parallel park, like the pressure is on. Like you have to shoot perfect first try because there's no way you're pulling back out again. Like those cars will zip right around you. So luckily I did. And there was a light, so like all the cars stopped, so I was able to like real calmly get back there without worrying. Because I feel like I need to rush when there's a car behind me because I'm like blocking their way. And then when I rush, I don't do a very good job getting like the angle right to get in. So yeah. Where are you in the US? I'm in Maryland. You have a sweet voice. Thank you. I'm Jaden. Hi, Jaden. So yeah, I hate driving in DC, but I did. And I found a parking spot like 15-minute walk from the place I was supposed to be. So I was already late because I hit traffic. And then I ended up having to park 15 minutes away. So then I had to walk 15 minutes. So I was even more late. So I ended up getting there like 40 minutes after I was supposed to be there. And little did we know, well, we got brunch, right? And it ended up fine because I got there and they hadn't even ordered yet. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's fine. So then we ordered and we ate and it was delicious, good food. Really cute place, loved it. We did not realize, so we got there, we planned to get there at 1, I ended up getting there at like 1:40. We didn't order until like almost 2. They closed at 2. Like brunch ended at 2. So we ordered food, like we were like one of the last people to order food. And then we stayed there and chatted until like 3:30, and we were like, what's going on? There's like nobody here. This is weird. And we like flagged someone down and they were like, oh, we closed like an hour ago. And we were like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Sorry. That's really awkward. We had no idea that you guys were, because there was people upstairs because you could hear them all up there. So we're like, well, you guys are still serving. There's food there's still food going in and out. So like still open, it doesn't have like closed vibes, but it turns out that's like a sports, like a baseball team that comes, like a little league team, and they have like a deal that they go there and do like brunch a little later. And they have like a deal with that group, so they do that. But like the actual restaurant isn't open. They're just doing like a private party for them. And we were like, we did not know. That's really awkward. Sorry. So we ended up like awkwardly being there way after they closed. Anyway, so afterwards, one of us had to leave. Then me and my other friends, we went to get some coffee. So we went to like a little coffee shop. I got some chai because, like, of course I did. And it was delicious. It was a really good chai latte. And then we went to like a little bar restaurant and got some dessert. My friends got some wine. I was like mimosa'd out, so I was like, I'm good. I don't really need another drink. Also, it was DC, and DC is super expensive. So I was like, I don't really want it enough to spend $13 on a glass of wine right now. So I just got a dessert, and it was delicious. Loved it. It was a cheesecake. And then we went to a bar, like a bar that has like games. So we played skee ball. Skee ball is the one where you roll it into the little holes, right? Like it's a ball, you roll it, and then it goes in the little holes. That's skee ball, right? Because we played that. And my friend, she put $20 in, and it was DC, so we're like, oh, that's probably like 10 games, maybe even 8, because like things are overpriced. But no, I think it was like 20 games. So we were there and we kept finishing around, and then the balls would come down again. We're like, oh my God, there's another game. We were there forever. And people were watching like, is it ever gonna end? Like they just keep going. It never says game over. And then eventually it did, of course. And we were like, oh thank God. I was like, never ending. Is it skee ball? I feel like that sounds right. Anyway, it was never ending. And then they went somewhere else, but I needed to come home because I don't like driving in the dark because I have really bad night vision. So I wanted to leave before it got dark out. Plus I had to walk to my car, which was like 10, 15 minutes away from there. So I didn't want to stay until it was dark. So I went to my car and drove back. And then I came here and went live. Yeah, and that was my day. Okay, let me read about your days. Someone tell me about your day. I've been kicked out of the university cafeteria 3 times. What? Why? Hey! Hi, Music by Tanner. What's up? What's a music therapist? I am a therapist that uses music in my sessions. Yeah. It is a lot more complicated to explain than you would think, so. Basically, I'm a trained musician and I'm also a trained therapist, and I studied methods on how to incorporate the two. So, yeah, that's my shorthand answer. You mentioned memory, and I thought of a movie, 50 First Dates. It made me laugh and cry. Repeat. 50 First Dates was a pretty good movie. A weird one, but it's a pretty good movie. I just went grocery shopping. I need to do that. I like to go on Thursdays because that's usually when they restock, and it's also like pretty quiet there, so I like to go on Thursdays. But I do need to go to the grocery store. Da, da, da. Hi, Johansson. How are you? I am swell. How are you? How was your Sunday? I'm like trying to stretch my feet. I have like terrible feet. I don't know how else to say that. I think it's because I have really high arches in my feet. I'm wearing a sock, so I don't feel weird about showing you my feet. So this is like my foot, but this is how my foot just normally is. Like that's just how my foot lays. So it has like a pretty high arch, and I don't have shoes that just naturally go with that arch. So I'm like constantly forced to be like this. And so this inside of my foot always hurts, like all the time. Because I don't have shoes to properly support how my feet naturally arch. And heels don't do that because then it puts too much pressure on the front of your feet. I need like flat shoes that poke up in the middle to support the arch, but I don't have that. So my feet are just in constant pain. I am constantly bartering with people to give me feet massages. I just want someone to just always be giving me a foot massage. Happy music to make people happy and sad music for memories? No, it's much more complicated than that. Happy music doesn't make people happy. That's not a thing. Where you come from? Maryland. What do you do? I'm a music therapist. What do you do? Hi, Shell. Welcome. Hi, Trinity. So I know you probably won't see this. I do see it. I see it right now. I'm reading it right now. Hi, Trinity. But I love your channel. Aw, thank you. It helps me learn so much ASL. Aw, I am glad I've inspired you to learn a little bit of sign language. Thank you for watching my YouTube videos. Are you American? Yes. Hi. Thank you for all the likes, DJ Mark. Thank you. Do you go into New York City much? I have gone into New York City, but I can't say I go in there much. I don't exactly live close. New York is like 4 hours away from me. I'm taking a break from school work. I suck at grammar. Aw, well, I hope you enjoy your break. I hope I am entertaining for you. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. Pleased to see you. Please, what? My eyes have been blessed off. Thank you. What do you do? I'm a music therapist. Thank you for inviting your fans. Thank you. I'm very comedy human being. This is English is not your strong suit, Johansson. If you don't mind me asking, where do you live generally? Maryland. I don't know many deaf events I can go to, so I don't really know any regional differences. I live in Maryland. Da, 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 da. I love music therapy. Cool. What music do you feel makes people happy? It depends on the person. People don't just get happy when they listen to music. That's not how it works. So music therapy is pretty complex because you can get music therapy for any type of therapy. Like if you go to physical therapy, you could also get music therapy to help with your physical therapy. You could get music therapy to help with your speech therapy if you have a stutter or delayed speech, or if you had a stroke, or if you also for mental health things, you can do music therapy. If you have like a traumatic brain injury, music therapy is often used to help with those things. So it's used for older adults as well, for memory and reminiscence kind of thing. So music therapy is a lot more broad than like making people happy. That's not what we do. That's not what any therapist does, honestly. That's not therapy at all. Therapy doesn't make you happy. Therapy just makes you understand yourself. You have to do the work to make you happy. Therapy doesn't do that. I play 5 instruments myself. Cool. I play, if you include voice, I play 4 instruments. Yeah, because I play piano, guitar, flute, and I sing. Music is life. I do like music a lot. Maryland's very beautiful, and America. See you later. Okay, cool. What do you do? Didn't you ask me that 5 times? Can you make us happy with a couple of notes right now? No, that's not. What are you asking? I don't understand the question. My daughter did music therapy for a while until music therapist moved away. Aw, hasn't been a music therapist here in years. Yeah, we are few and far between. There is definitely a dip in the, see, there was like a rise, a peak in like people requesting the service, but there was a dip in people actually becoming music therapist. So there was a few years where we had a real dip in like actual music therapy college students. Like people weren't going for the degree, so not many professionals were being made because the program's intense. It's super intense. So like freshman year, there'd be like 16 music therapy students, but then by the time we graduated, there'd be like 4 left because everyone dropped out or switched majors because it's pretty intense. So it's not an easy profession to get into. So because of that, there weren't a lot of professionals being made and making it into the real world, which means this boom of people requesting services, there's not enough of us. There's just not enough of us to go around. I play tango dance. What? You mean you tango dance? Like you do the tango? I've seen videos of people using music to trigger memories for those with memory loss. Yeah, you can use music for accessing memories. I do that a lot I work with a lot of people with dementia, so it's helpful to help with reminiscing. A lot of people will remember lyrics to songs and remember things associated with music before they remember like what they ate for lunch. And I only play guitar and piano. Nice. And sing. So 3 then. Nice. Thank you for inviting your fans, lady. Thank you. Thank you. Is music therapy like computer-made, YouTube-guided meditation? No, that is not music therapy. So music therapy is therapy, so there has to be a therapist in the room. If there's no actual therapist, like a qualified professional who's board certified in the room, it's not music therapy. That is the very simple answer. There is therapeutic usages of music, like listening to music when you go for a walk to help calm you down if you're like angry or something. That's therapeutic usage, but you're not getting therapy because there's no therapist there. Just like going for a walk when you're angry to calm you down, that's not physical therapy. That's not how that works. Da, da, da. It's okay, everyone. I'm here now. Danny! Thank you for all the likes, Danny. Hi, Danny. Welcome. Welcome. Wow, a lot of the crew is here today. Nice. What tea do you have tonight? I have chai. Chai tea because, staying on brand. I'm educated mind and I'm very... Okay. Johansson Jordan, you are a very interesting person. You are definitely keeping this chat moving, but a lot of what you're saying makes no sense. I'm going to go to school tomorrow. Nice. Sorry for asking. You don't have to apologize for asking questions. I'm live. This is your time. Ask away. All the questions you have. Go. How'd you learn ASL? I just taught myself with the internet. What inspired you to put so many songs on YouTube? I just liked it. It was fun, and I like going back and looking at it. I'm a musician, so music is like how I communicate, and I was learning how to sign, so I was like, this is a really fun way to turn music into a visual experience since I can't dance, which is like the other way to make music visual. It's like, I can do this. So I just liked it. Do a TikTok. What's your favorite movie? I have no idea what my favorite movie is. That's a hard question. What? I'm the you now partner. What does that even mean? What are you saying? Also, has like a comma on the top, not at the bottom. So should have it's up there. It's not at the bottom. I feel like signing to music should count as a workout. It is a lot of movement. Apostrophe? No. Apostasy. What is that word? Apostrophe? Apostrophe? Apostrophe. Apostrophe. Yeah, that sounds right. Is there an R in there? Or is that just me saying it wrong my whole life? There are a lot of words that I didn't realize I was saying wrong my entire life until I read them a little bit. I was like reading a book and the word popped up in the book and I was like, wait. Wait, is that how that word is spelled? Have you ever done that? Like you see a word for the first time written out and you're like, I've heard this word, but I've never seen it written out. And oh my gosh, have I been saying it wrong this whole time? I felt that way about Tupperware. When I first saw it written out, I was like, wait, it's not Tuppa? It's not Tupperware? Like Tupperware? It's Tupperware? This whole time I've been saying Tupperware. Like Tupperware. That's Tupperware. No, I spelled it wrong. Okay, cool. Yep, all the time. Yeah. Reading books is also teaching me how to speak English. Does music by Cardi B really grind you? Like, does it make me angry by grind my gears? No, I like Cardi B. Why would it make me angry? Hi, Skull of Rock. What's up? What an interesting name. How'd you get around to that name? See you later. Okay, bye. It's the opposite of classical. No, the opposite of classical would be electronic music from like the 18th century. That's the opposite of classical. Believe it or not, Cardi B is closer to classical music than that music was. Because most music has like a chordal structure to it and or like a meter that all the music we listen to really usually has a meter and a chordal structure. Even Cardi B, even rap music, it all does. There is an era, we learn about it in music history. You wouldn't know about it elsewhere because this is junk music that no one listens to because it was like the rebellious age of musicians, basically. It was at the birth of technology. So technical like recording instruments were being made and you were able to record noises happening and then play them back and put them in music. So it was like the birth of electricity, basically. So they were like, ooh, we've got this new thing. And now we can break all of the rules. And the music was literally intended to follow zero musical structure. Like the purpose of the music was how many musical rules can we break? Like there's no meter, there's no chordal progression, there's no logic at all. There are some that are, so there's like a 12-note scale, basically, all of the notes, like so all the notes, right? Those same notes, it's just like, this is the same notes, just higher, right? So there is music that is based on playing every single one of those notes in any order you want, but you have to play all 12 of them. So I played all 12 notes and that was the song. Like that's how they did it. They were like, I just want to play all of the notes and I'm gonna put them in whatever order I want. And there's not gonna be any key or any meter, and I'm just gonna do what I want. That's what they did. And there was actual music like that we had to listen to, and it sounded terrifying and awful because they were also experimenting with electronic sounds. So it was like screeching sounds and like weird buzzing sounds, and they were just putting everything in there because they're like, ooh, what a cool sound. and none of it sounded like music. And they're like, well, if it doesn't sound like music, I want to put it in there. And now it's music. So that is the opposite of classical music. And that shit was terrifying. It sounds like a horror movie soundtrack, but without the music, just the sounds. Oh, it's awful. I hated that era of, because we have to learn about different eras, and every like semester in music history is a different era. That was the worst one. It was like torture having to listening to all of it. There are some people that are really into it. I hated it. I hated it so much. But yeah, Cardi B is not the opposite. You really learn to appreciate music in a different way when you listen to that stuff. I was doing a test today on translating ASL to English and did great at recognizing the signs. Nice. Well, great job recognizing the sign show. The Skullbasher band's in the name of the Skullbashers band is the name of my rock band. Oh, cool. Well, only because you said, I believe you sound very convincing. Oh, okay. Dehydration, headache, be real right now. I'm sitting here chugging a sports drink. Do it. Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated. Drink water. Thank you for inviting your fans. Thank you. There's an album called Floral Shop 2, The Darkest Future. It's very confusing music to understand if you can call it music. I can see the passion. I thought I knew about music until you meet a real musician. Yeah, there's so much to know about music, honestly. It's so much more than you. There's a difference between being a musician and being a like music major, like having music ed behind you, like all the classes you have to take. 'Cause there's a different understanding of music when you study it based on culture versus based on how it was formed, like how music developed over time versus based on like recent history, like studying singers and bands and like from basically the 1900s on, because that's when bands kind of started forming. So that's like more recent music. You can study all that. That's different. Most music majors study the music before that and study how that formed, and like starting way back with like Gregorian chants, like just people making noises with their throats. Na 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 na. What's your favorite food for your birthday? My mom usually makes me scalloped potatoes for my birthday because I really like those. I am a huge fan of potatoes. Potatoes and any bread, like all bread, like biscuits. I like pastries. I like croissants. I like dough. I like bread bowls. I like bread. So, nothing healthy. Rodeo season ends today in Houston. Cool. I know nothing about that. I live on the East Coast. And I live up north. Hey. Hi, Carson. What's up? Do you own an Alexa? I do own one. It's not on. It's in my closet, still in the box, but I own one. Ooh, a 30th. That's pretty cool. I'm a singer. Nice. What are your plans for tomorrow? I have to work. So I'm working. Yeah, I have a lot of sessions tomorrow, so just working. I have a session, another session, then a meeting, then a session, then another session, and then a group session. And then I'm done. Hi, Harley. Hi, Harley Guitars. Do you actually have a Harley guitar? Is that why you named that? How are you? I am swell. How are you doing? Hi, Mario. What's up? Jeez Louise, that's a busy day. No, it's a pretty average day for me, actually. All those people who try to tell you when you want to study music therapy, you're going to end up working at an old folks home. Nobody knows what music therapy is. How are you going to get a job with that? They had no idea. They had no idea the mental health crises that was about to hit the planet in 2020. And then the boom of people that would be seeking music therapists afterwards. We are in high demand. We are like perpetually hiring. It is hard to fill. I'm getting an Alexa to put inside my antique radio. That doesn't work. That's a cool idea. I like that. That's kind of fun. It makes you feel for Beethoven. I don't know how he made it without all the accessibility tools. Beethoven was just gifted. He was able to write, like, he composed so many things when he couldn't actually hear what he was composing. He just understood music theory so well that he could create music that he knew would sound good based on his knowledge of music theory. Which, like, if you understand how music works and the structure behind music, we could all do that. We had to do that in school. It's called counterpoint writing, where, like, you make music not based on what it sounds like, but based on, like, the rules of music. So you have, like, the chords and you structure them and connect them a certain way because you can't break rules. So, like, you can make music without even hearing it. But he did it in a way that was beyond that. He understood how music worked and was able to make music without even hearing it, which is pretty cool. We still have a mental health crisis in my area. There is a really long waiting list to get anywhere, and several places have stopped taking referrals. Yeah. Interpolation? Music is built from former melody. From former melody? What does that mean? I've only been live for an hour. Feels like I've been talking a lot. I have 30 years of a career as a drummer. Cool. That's fun. Is that your only job, or is it like a side hustle? Whew. I'm getting tired now. I did so much socializing today, and it was so much fun. But, like, I don't know how else to describe that. I'm, like, classic introvert. Like, I forgot that I had brunch plans for today, and all of yesterday when I got the reminder that I had them, all of yesterday I was like, man, I don't want to go. But I know I'll have fun if I go. But I don't want to go because I wasn't mentally prepared to do socializing. And so I got to reframe my mindset because I made these plans like over a month ago, so I can't back out. And oh my God, it was a battle. It was an internal battle of like, I don't want to go. I was planning to sit on my butt and read and hang out with my boyfriend all day. I was not planning to go into DC, and now I have to because I forgot. And it was my fault for forgetting. So, like, I didn't prepare myself for this. So I had to like prepare myself to socialize. And I did, and I went, and I had a great time. It was loads of fun because I went with my best friend, and I love her, and I met her friends, and they were great. So I knew it would be fun. It's like a weird thing to explain if you don't understand how introverts work. Like, I knew I was going to have fun. I wasn't worried about that, and I did want to see them, so it's not like I didn't want to see them. I did. So I wanted to go. I just also didn't want to go because I wasn't mentally prepared to go. And now that I'm back, it's like I just feel like I need to recharge because I did so much, even though all I did was hang out with my friends. But it feels like I did so much. Oh. Is that marshmallow bug? Yeah, look at it. It's like a little, isn't that cute? One of my clients gave it to me. It's so cute. And it's a little teacup too. It's an EP little thing. Can you repeat your question? Oh, my question was if being a drummer is your full-time job or if it's a side gig. Good music can all be traced back to Mozart, Bach, and Beethoven. No. I don't like the term good music because I need to know like the parameters, what you mean by good. Like, do you mean complex? Because Mozart actually made pretty simple music. He was not known for doing very complex things, actually. He did showy music that was it stretched the rules enough because it was blending between two eras of like classical and romantic era. So he was kind of blending each of them. And that's what made him kind of showy. Also, just because he was a prodigy and did like shit when he was 4. Like, I don't know, did a lot of stuff. But complexity wise, he wouldn't get that medal. There are people that made much more complex music. Bach, I would say, made more complex music because he was more Baroque style. And Baroque music was like a big puzzle piece because Baroque music had so many rules attached to it. And Bach was like the only one who knew how to perfectly break the rules in a way that sounded amazing, but I don't know. He was definitely the more complex of all of them, but Beethoven was the romantic era. So Beethoven, his music was flashy. His music was emotional. His music had like boom boom to it. So if you want something like a showstopper, Beethoven was your guy because he also had a ton of emotional stuff going on. So a lot of his music was like really showy and flashy, but a lot of it connected to Mozart because they were around the same era and kind of Mozart was more famous than Beethoven his whole life, and so it was kind of Beethoven always chasing after Mozart's tail for most of that career. Beethoven didn't really get famous until after he died. He worked as a musician, but not as successful. Yeah. So they're all very different. So good doesn't apply. Good doesn't make sense. You have to be more specific. And all of their music is based off of music before them. So they all followed structures that were in place before them. They're just famous for bending the rules. They're famous for Beethoven basically ushered in the Romantic era from classical era. Mozart tiptoed a little bit into Romantic era. So he was using elements that were kind of new. Beethoven was like scooping up all those elements. He was like, I want all of them. I'm going to make this whole piece off this new kind of music. And Bach was like just the king of his era. Like he did really well with the music that they had at that era. So it's just very different. Yeah. The three of them separated were very different. And then to say that that's where music originated doesn't make sense either because everything that they were doing was based off of stuff that already existed from previous composers. So yeah, it's all very complex. The music had to be resolved after a certain melody. I don't understand what that means. Like music has resolutions, but they have a lot of them in the piece. I'm confused by what that means. Yeah. The Moonlight Sonata was so dark. Well, it depends on the movement you're listening to, but yes. There are 3 movements. Most people only know the first movement, that movement, but, like, the 3rd movement was, like, pretty intense. Yeah. I remember learning all 3 movements in college. I remember that was, like, on my bucket list. I, like, needed to learn all of the Moonlight Sonata. It was just there. Had to do it. Most commercial music isn't good or even music usually. See, it depends on what you mean by good. Like, because if you're just going by complex, then most music isn't good. Most of it's actually pretty simple. Complexity doesn't always equal good because, like, that, like, 12-tone music I was telling you about that sounded like poo, like, it did not sound good, that was complex. How they had to figure out how to make all of those things go together, even though it didn't sound great, that's complex. But it doesn't sound good. So it doesn't always equate that way. So in reality, good is just like a personal preference. It's things that you like. I don't think enough people acknowledge that. Like you can't call music good music and bad music, but you can say this is my preference in music. To me, this is good music because this is what I like. Metallica has complex music and it's terrible. See, there's things like it complex, meaning that it takes a lot of technical skill to play, or complex, meaning that like the chordal structure is really challenging or test the boundaries. So Metallica chordal structures are actually pretty basic, but the skill level involved in playing it is really high. So you need like high technical skills, but the actual music itself, like the creation of it, isn't complex. Does that make sense? So, like how it was created isn't complex, just the technical skills to play it is complex. Yeah. There are bands that like to mess with chord structures and with rhythm and meters in a way that does make their music very complex musically. There's a bunch of them. Mariana's Trench is one of them. That's one of my favorite bands because I think they do a really good job of. I think you can tell that they are trained musicians based on how they make music, but they do it in a way that's also very catchy and appealing to me specifically because I like eerie, kind of creepy sounds and I like offbeat rhythms. There are certain things that they do a lot. Um I like harmonies and fourths. And um I like complex harmonies with full chords, so they do that a lot. Yeah, Mariana's Trench, that's them. Syncopation is what I like. Yeah, syncopation is great. I love it. It's not super complex, but it's just slightly off normal pop music, but it's not very complex. There's a lot of pop music that's has syncopation all over it. It's just most pop music has very simple 1-4-5 chord progression. But that includes people like Bruno Mars and um, people that are great musicians, like Bobby McFerrin. That's a 1-4-5, really simple chord progression. Don't worry, be happy. It's super simple. But he made it complicated by adding a bunch of like cool riffs and stuff that take you a little modal and a little not, and like, yeah. So, yeah. I always think it's funny when people are like, that's good music and that's bad music because like what does that mean? How do you know if it's good or not? It's just what you like. I like to listen to all styles of music, but my waveform has tons of weight, and that's what I love to play on the drums. Yeah. It also depends on what you use music for. Like, I personally use music to hype me up, not really to wind me down. So a lot of the music I listen to is more upbeat, and more fun. That's why I like K-pop a lot, because it is very upbeat and fun, and I can imagine the dances. So like, it wakes me up. It like gets me going. It revs me up and gets me energized. I know other people that specifically use music to wind down because their brain is like moving really fast and they need music to calm it down. So they prefer musicians like her, or like some really slow R&B, or like really cool indie artist. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. Like, those, I don't deny that that's amazing music. I just don't listen to it because that's not what I'm using the music for. So to me, it's not serving me, this music. Yeah. So it depends on what you use music for when you're listening to it. Here's a little song I wrote. Might wanna sing it. No, no worry. Be happy. Oh, thank you for making me a fan. Good music can have that effect. I'm gonna keep saying good music. How was your spring break? Are you talking to me? I don't have a spring break. I'm an adult. I have a million more questions to ask. Ask away. Ask me anything you like. I already liked 6 songs from artists you've mentioned. Nice. What? You will not see my body. Thank you. You can go away now. Don't worry. Be happy. Oh, my chicken song. We all have seen some chickens that bears are on a farm. That song. I posted it on YouTube. Did you see it there? I write songs for fun sometimes. That was a fun one. I wrote a song about chickens because I learned a bunch of fun facts about chickens for one of my music therapy sessions, because like, they wanted to learn about chickens. So I'm like, cool, let's do it. And I learned that, let me think, how does the song go? We all have seen some chickens that bears are on a farm, but what do we know about them and all their unique charms? Let's learn about these chickens and all the things they do. So if you care, I'd like to share some facts with you. Something about these chickens you may have heard before. They eat bugs, plants, and rodents. That's called an omnivore. They also see in color, and when they sleep, they dream. They can be speedy, have great memory, and eyelids they have 3. Another funny fact, they can purr just like a cat. And in case you didn't hear, they lay 300 eggs a year. Fun fact. Chickens can see in color. They're omnivores. They have 3 eyelids on each eye, not 2, 3. They dream. They are incredibly fast. What else was? Oh, they purr like a cat. Chickens can purr. And yeah, they lay 300 eggs a year. They were just a bunch of fun facts I found, and I put it in a song. Can I be for real then back to normal? What? I have my own studio at home. Cool. Because I make a lot of noise. You're a drummer, right? Yeah, that is the hardest one. That's the most hilarious random knowledge in good music. Yeah, I love writing weird songs about random things that I learn about. I think it's fun. I might do that more. It has nothing to do with what I post on YouTube since I make sign language covers, but like it's so fun. It's so fun to like pick something and be like, "Oh, I want to learn about that one thing," and I'm just gonna learn a bunch of random facts about that thing. And then, what better way to memorize it than put it in a song? So, anything you guys want to learn about? What is your favorite monkey? Ooh, there's like this tiny monkey that's like the size of your finger and it's orange. It's so adorable. I think it's called a finger monkey. I don't actually know. That thing's adorable. It's so little. I also like bush babies. Do those count as monkeys? I don't actually know. I don't know enough about animals. Do you have a bias from BTS? It's been a while since I stan BTS, not gonna lie. Probably Jungkook. I like his style, but I feel like my bias changed throughout the years, and it's been a while since I've seen them at all, so I don't really know. Personally, I think at this point they are famous for being famous, and a lot of the products that they are making have not been the best quality because they don't have the time, because they're everywhere all the time doing everything. They're not just musicians anymore. So they don't have the time to make like really quality stuff up to their potential. Like they're not dancing to their potential, they're not singing or rapping to their potential, they're just kind of making stuff. So I haven't gotten into anything that they've made recently. I think their most recent group song, the last one they did, was probably my favorite from a while ago. I'm not a huge fan of any of their solo stuff so far. None of it really stuck with me. I just saw Jimin's music video. It's cool, it's artsy, not really my style. Yeah, so don't get me started on K-pop because none of you know K-pop like I do, and I'll go off. I want to learn how to tell the difference between Mozart, Bach, and Beethoven from just listening to music. Okay, easy. Bach piano, only piano, almost exclusively piano. And he was Baroque. So most of his music sounds like simple. It's Baroque style. Baroque style is usually on a harpsichord. If you hear a harpsichord, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be getting Bach out of those 3. Mozart was pretty standard classical music. So if you had to choose, Mozart is like standard. Like it sounds good. It sounds pretty. There's nothing weird about it. It sounds good and pretty. Beethoven is dramatic. Beethoven is like really fast, getting really loud, then really quiet, really loud, really quiet, really like short notes, then really long notes, like dramatic. Like that is Beethoven. So they're completely different styles. If you listen to them, there is like a little error in the middle where you might mix up Mozart and Beethoven, where like Beethoven had just started, so he was still kind of doing some of the classical stuff, and Mozart was kind of mixing with the romantic stuff. So there's like some middle area where it's hard to tell the difference. But in general, if it's super dramatic, it's Beethoven, like da 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 Beethoven. So yeah, that was super dramatic. That was him. Though he did some pretty calm stuff too. Like he did the canon, the what's it called? No. Ode to Joy. Yeah. That was towards the end of his life, though, so he couldn't hear when he made that. Yeah. Symphony. No, Bum 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 was the Fifth Symphony, I think. Beethoven's Fifth Symphony is dun 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 dun. I believe that's correct. I don't actually know. Memorizing the names of everything was the bane of my existence because they're all like Symphony number 4, Opus 2. Like, that's like the hardest thing to memorize. Can I come up? Nah, I'm probably actually going to pop off soon. So, because I'm kind of tired today. But I think I'm going to try to go live every night this week because I need to catch up on my hours because I didn't stream for the past 2 weeks. So, I'm going to try to do that. They might be pretty short streams. I don't think I might just do it like while I'm chilling and eating dinner. I might come and say hi to you guys. But probably around 8 or 9 o'clock. That's probably my golden hour. I wish I could hear his music and know that. If you listen to a bunch of it, you can kind of hear that. It's just practice. We had whole semesters where we just listened to classical music and had to memorize who did what and what year it came out, and I hated music history class. So much memorizing. I wish that they phrased it more like it was a soap opera. That is how I memorize certain things, because certain symphonies or orchestras, like things that were created, they were actual dramas. Like they were, like this was about a girl who this man was with, but secretly he loved this woman, but that was against, but she was wed already, so it was a secret forbidden romance, and this was like his love letter to her, and like that kind of stuff. Like for Elise, it's for Elise, a person who he was in love with, but Elise was married. So, ooh, the scandal. Yeah, that kind of stuff. That made learning about it a little more entertaining. I wish it was all written like that. And everyone knows for Elise, you know. For Elise was actually a love letter to, her name wasn't really Elise. I think it was Eloise or something. It was something close to Elise, but the translation like whacked it up a little bit, I think. Same exactly. For Elise, it's a main song based on your criteria. So far, I'm guessing Beethoven. It was Beethoven. That is correct. It was Beethoven. Beethoven was a hopeless romantic. He fell in love like 3 different times to women that he could never get. You know, and he died pretty young. Well, I guess not young for those times. I think he was in his 40s, maybe. In those times, I think that was actually pretty average. But he lost his hearing in his 20s. Mozart has some smooth music, and I'm so Beethoven might have to be the next Spotify artist. Have you read classical composer biographies? I have not. I was like music history'd out after college, so I just never dug more into music history. Okay. As much as I appreciate more people coming in here, and you guys are welcome to follow for me when I'm live tomorrow, I am fading fast. I need to like read a book. I need to lay in bed. I need to take this makeup off my face because I've been wearing makeup all day, which I never do. And I need to just like read a book for a little bit and just recharge. Don't leave us yet. I'll be back tomorrow. Stop back in around 8 or 9 tomorrow, and I should be here, or like turn your notifications on or something so you can see when I go live. But I'm so sleepy. I'm so tired. So I'm gonna go now. But yeah, prepping for next stream. Yeah. Prepare any questions you might have. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I get off work at 7:15 and get home before 8. If I go live right away, I should be able to go live around 8 tomorrow. But you guys will be watching me eat because I need to eat dinner, which is cool. I'll help you guys do that. Maybe you'll watch me make dinner. I don't even know what I'm going to eat yet. Okay. Bye. Just a heads up, I don't usually wear makeup. So if you come back tomorrow, I'm going to look different. So I don't usually wear makeup. You know. Okay, cool. Bye. Ooh, do you guys want to raid? I mean, there's only 3 of you, but I think we can raid someone. I don't know. Do you guys know anybody that's live right now? I don't know any of these people. Yeah? Who do you know? Who should we raid? I don't know any of those people. Lulu Pian is really cool. I don't know who's live. Oh, but is he live right now? No, it doesn't look like they're live right now. Okay. Anyway, I don't know anyone who's live right now, so we're not going to raid. Okay. Well, see you guys. Bye. Bye, YouTube.